Hello, hello, hello. I am author and entrepreneur, the cerebral palsy vigilante, Zachary Fennell. Being the cerebral palsy vigilante means I fight the injustices caused by cerebral palsy and disability misconceptions. In other words, I am an advocate standing up against disability stereotypes. As a freelance writer, I've interviewed quite a few other advocates. Something in particular one said to me, Anita Cameron, during an interview stuck with me. Anita made a mention of how if you advocate for one group, you are an advocate for all groups. After all, how can you fight for one group and deny another? This interview was from 2013, but like I said, the words stuck with me. Probably out of a guilty conscience. My favorite sports team, if you didn't already know, is the Cleveland Indians, arguably the second most controversial named sports team behind the NFL's Washington Redskins. This guy right here, Chief Wahoo, is especially responsible for a lot of heated conversations. To best address this controversy, we should break the situation into two issues. The first being the logo, Chief Wahoo, and then the second being the team name, the Cleveland Indians. Should Chief Wahoo be retired? Should Cleveland change the name of their Major League Baseball team? Those are the questions we are going to discuss today. Growing up, I personally failed to see the problem. Innocently minded, I just saw Chief Wahoo as a cartoon face, not a depiction of a Native American. Pretty clueless, but hey, I was a kid. The earliest debate over the topic I recall having was with my English teacher, Mr. Swirsky, in 9th or 10th grade. He taught me English both those years, so those memories mixed together. Mr. Swirsky tried to get me to see the fault with Chief Wahoo by asking a question. What if they were the Cleveland Jews and the logo was a stereotypical Jewish man with a big nose wearing a yarmulke? Quick note, both Mr. Swirsky and my mother's family are Jewish. I responded essentially on autopilot, I would be honored. Mr. Swirsky challenged if that's how I would really feel, and the class moved forward. I went back to rooting for the Cleveland Indians, not giving the team name or Chief Wahoo logo further thought. In 2009, though, I revisited the subject, writing an informational article on the Indians' name, Chief Wahoo logo controversies. In the piece, I made the case for both sides and surmised the two sides would never see eye to eye. Then I moved on, taking an indifferent position on the whole matter. I just wanted to enjoy some Cleveland baseball. In 2013, I remember watching the AL wildcard game and seeing a few Cleveland fans at Progressive Field with their faces painted like Chief Wahoo. Honestly, I thought cool, as I loved seeing that passion from the fans. The national media, meanwhile, saw the fans differently. They viewed the red face as vile and despicable. March or April the following year, so 2014, I had a conversation with my friend Nate, which really left a lasting impression on me. I asked Nate if he took issue with Chief Wahoo or the team name. He deemed both troublesome, but named Chief Wahoo the more troublesome one. At the time, I typically responded to Chief Wahoo criticism by distraction. The people I encounter tend to refer to Chief Wahoo as a mascot. He is not Cleveland's mascot. That is Slider, that big furry purple thing, whatever the heck he's supposed to be. Admittedly, the distraction defense comes from the fact that I don't have a good defense for Chief Wahoo. Cleveland's logo. Once Cleveland's prominent logo, Chief Wahoo is now largely an alternative to the main logo, the Block C. To date, I haven't come across a strong defense for Chief Wahoo. The Chiefs' supporters cling to tradition as their argument, and then attack the opposition for being too sensitive. Slavery was also a tradition, and we are better off without that. So should Chief Wahoo be removed completely from the team's look? I hate to say it, but I think so. I know I am making a conscious effort when buying new Cleveland Indians gear to avoid material depicting the Chief. Now onto the name Indians. In my 2014 conversation with Nate, I asked about his beef with the team name. He mentioned an ethnic group should not be a team name and asked me to name another team named after an ethnic group, besides the already mentioned Washington Redskins. I drew a blank and deemed Nate's point quite credible. My only argument to the point goes to the origins of the name Indians. Admittedly, the name's origins is a little complex. While the Cleveland franchise has been around since before the American League's inception in 1901, the name Indians didn't come to fruition until 1915. Originally, the team was the Spiders because the players were wiry and skinny. Then the Blues because the color of their uniform. Then the Cleveland Naps, named after star player Nap LaJoie and not an afternoon nap. Once LaJoie left to go play for Philadelphia, the team adopted the name Indians. The name meant to honor past player and the first recognized Native American professional baseball player, Louis Sockalexis, aka Sox. Those against the Indians' name claim this reasoning to be revisionist history. This information I just shared with you all comes from the book on my desk, Legends of the Tribe, an illustrated history of the Cleveland Indians. As I was getting ready for this video, I thought it'd be good to get further clarification on the revisionist history argument. So I did a search and I came across a post written by Clevelander Joe Posnanski, NBC Sports. The Cleveland Indians, Louis Sockalexis, and the name. I'll leave a link in the description for those interested parties to check out that article. Mainly, the revisionist history argument is based on newspaper articles written at the time about the name change. While a strong blow to those defending the name Indians, Posnanski also unearthed knowledge that supports the name. When Sox played for the then Cleveland Spiders, people gave the team the nickname Indians. Tell and promote that story. I am actually okay with the Indians' name. Such promotion could be a sign at the main gate, where the statues of team greats Bob Feller, Jim Thome, and Larry Doby are, attributing the Indians' name to Sox days with the Cleveland Spiders. Plus, emphasize that story inside Progressive Field at Heritage Park, the area of the ballpark dedicated to the franchise's history. So there's my opinion. Chief Wahoo should be retired completely. The name Cleveland Indians can stay, but with an effort to emphasize the original roots. Your turn now. Comment below with your opinions. Does Chief Wahoo need to go? What about the name Indians? Please be respectful to each other's opinions as you comment. Thank you for watching.